All right, let's, go ahead and do this. Okay, so for number one, our picture is side A is 10.3, angle A is 20.5 degrees, and side C is 14.1. So is this angle side angle or side side angle situation? Side side angle. So there could be two of them, right, Connor? So Connor, set up our first proportion, please.
A is equal to 20.5.
Right. So where do you want me to put that? Top or bottom?
Well, the top right.
Okay. Do I put sine of that or just 20.5?
Fine, right?
Yeah, sine of that. Good. What's the bottom?
Over 10, sine of 10.3.
Not the sine, just 10.3. So what can I figure out? What other side do you have?
14.1.
Right, so let's go here. So which angle does that go with?
The 10.3.
Sine of what angle?
20.5.
No, we already have it. See, 20.5 went with that. What goes with this?
C.
Yeah, the one across from it, right? So I cross multiply and divide. Okay, so I am multiplying 14.1 times the sine of 20.5. Oops, sorry, I already hit sine, didn't I? Divided by 10.3. And I get that decimal. Okay? What do I have to do now to get that angle measured? Inverse sine, right? So second sine, hit the second button and the sine button to get the inverse sine. And then second answer is this negative, right at the bottom of my calculator. And then close it up, hit enter. So it's a 28.6 degree angle. Okay? So since this was a side-side angle situation, this is the point that I always check for that second triangle. Okay? So again, checking for the second triangle, I find the supplement of that answer. So I go 180 minus 28.6. 180 minus that answer. That's 151.4. Okay, I add the original angle, 20.5. That's 171.9. All right? That number is less than 180, correct? That tells me what? There is a second triangle. If that answer was bigger than 180, then we'd only have that one triangle to worry about. Okay? So, I'm going to draw another triangle, get it started. Okay. All the measurements that you got are the same as the first one. So this is 20.5 for angle A. Side C is 14.1. Side A is 10.3. Okay? But the second angle C is that supplement of the first angle C. All right, that 151.4, the supplement of 28.6 is the second angle C. All right? Since this is in my calculator already, this 171.9. Thanks, John. I'm going to finish the second triangle first. Okay? Brooke, you need one of these? Did you show up there today? Anybody else that wasn't in the office? I think everybody else was here. Okay, so since my calculator has that 171.9 here, I already added those two. I'm just going to subtract that from 180 to get my second angle B, since it's already in there. So we go 180 minus that answer, and that's 8.1 degrees. Okay, and then I'm going to finish that up by going sine of 20.5 over the 10.3 equals the sine of 8.1 over side B. Okay, and then cross multiply and divide. And that is 4.1. So I have that finished. Again, you guys know how to finish that, right? Cross multiply and divide. And then over here, I'm going to go back and add the 20.5 and the 28.6 and subtract from 180. That's 130.9. And then I'm going to go to sine of 20.5 over 10.3, use that same one. And then the sine of 130.9 over B. And I'll cross multiply and divide that, and I'll get 22.2. So there's your 6 answers. The 3 red ones and the 3 blue ones. For number 1, there will be a problem tomorrow on your quiz that has 2. Right? Questions? Yes, okay. When I did this part and did second sine, second answer, I got the 28.6. Then I added 20.5 to it and then subtracted from 180 to get that. Remember, all 3 angles add up to 180 always on a triangle. Any other questions? Okay, that was number 1. All right. And tomorrow won't necessarily be number 1 that has 2 triangles. Somewhere, one of those, 1 through 5. Okay. All right. So number 2. I'm going to get another triangle drawn here. Just use this. They look better than mine. Again, I'm just gonna go ABC, like that. Again, doesn't matter where you put those. Just make sure you put the right stuff. I got a 20.5 again. I wonder why I did that. Side B is 5.1. And angle C is 79. So this situation is an angle side angle one. So I don't have to worry about looking for a second triangle on this one. Okay, it's only the side angle. Okay, so we just do our cross multiply and divide stuff. Fine. Welcome. All right, so, Mr. Sturmy, tell me what I need to do.
So we need a sine of 20.5.
Okay,
Over top of 5.1. Or you do
well, that'd be over A here. This is C.
oh, so then
That would be over A, right?
Yeah.
All right, what's the other one gonna be?
sine of 79.
Over C, yeah, but we need two numbers, you know. I don't want two variables, and then I want three numbers and one variable. What do we gotta do here?
79 5.1.
No. What do you need to know to use the 5.1?
Angle B.
Yeah, so how do you find angle B? You know two angles of a triangle, how do you
Yeah.
find the third?
Um,
Yeah, but we gotta find angle B, all right? So 20.5 plus 79, and then go 180 minus that. So 80.5 is one of our answers we need. So now I can do what?
We do that angle over 5.1.
Right. Okay? So you had to find that missing angle. All right, and then when you cross multiply and divide, the A is 1.8. And then for the other one, you're gonna go what, Nathan?
Wait, what?
I know, that's why it's on.
I was writing it down.
Tell me the other proportion I need to write.
Sine of 20.5 over 1.8.
Yeah, that would work, but I'd rather you use the one you know for sure is right. Use that one. Okay? What's that equal?
Sine of 79 over C.
Thank you. Okay, and when we cross multiply and divide for this one, C comes out to be 5.1. So, since these were so close, the B and the C, that's why those were so close. You know, if we went a little bit, if we didn't round so much, they wouldn't be quite the same. Because suppose, you know, if these are exactly the same, those two, then the 70, those both should have been 79, right? Should have been isosceles triangle. All right, any questions on 2? Okay, number 3. Just gonna draw it again. Looks like the same. And this time we know side A is 22. Angle A is 58 degrees. And angle B is 44 degrees. So I've got two angles and a side. So what should we do first, Matt?
Add and subtract to get the other angle.
So 58 plus 44. 180 minus that. Oops. 78. Okay, Tanner, give me a proportion to write.
Sine of 58, 22. Sine of 78 over
And again, if you're putting 22 over the sine of 58 and C over 70, the sine of 78, that's okay. So don't think you're doing it wrong if you have the side on top and the sine of the angles on the bottom. Either way works. All right, so when we cross multiply and divide there, side C comes out to be 25.4. Hannah, what's the other proportion?
You know, I couldn't tell you.
Well, what side do I need to find?
C, A, B.
Yeah, B, right? So what angle's opposite B?
The B one,
Okay, what is that? How many degrees?
44.
Okay, so sine of 44 over B equals what?
What? Oh, try to think here over something.
Yeah, this is the same one. Paying attention helps. Focus and helps. Cross multiply and divide, and you get 18. Questions? Don't have to worry about a second triangle for that one either. We had two angles and a side. Yes?
I keep getting funny answers when I put that in the calculator.
Okay, hit your mode button.
Yeah.
Does it say degree or radian up there?
Degree.
It does.
I think I'm doing the calculations right.
Okay, so if we're doing this last one here, I'm gonna go 22 times the sine of 44. Because remember, we cross multiply when we solve proportions. Then you're gonna divide by the sine of 58. Make sure you're closing up your angle measures too, with parentheses. So I don't, if you're in degree mode, it should be working.
Alright, I was just doing
Okay, all right. Any other questions? Okay. All right, number 4. All right, so here, side B is 12.3. Side C is 16.3. And angle B is 52.7. So here I got a side angle again. So it could be 0, 1, or 2 triangles, right? So, Mr. Edwards, what's my proportion? Oops. 15, not 32. One straight across. So sine of C. Right? So this is when we're looking for an angle. Right? So when we cross multiply and divide, we're going to go 16.3 times the sine of 52.7 divided by 12.3. Okay? So we get that number. Now's the part where we have to do the inverse sign. We're looking for the angle measure. So you go second sine, second answer, and you get an error. So what's that tell you? No triangle. Okay, that doesn't work. With those dimensions, it does not work. You can't draw a triangle with those dimensions. Okay? So there'll be one of those tomorrow also. All right? So there's going to be one that has two triangles, one that has no triangles.
So if we did the second sign on the other triangle, it would show the area.
No, yeah, if you did second sign on the first one, it would give you
Right. It won't give you an answer. If I get you to do that error.
the in the triangle.
So that means it doesn't work. Okay, so for this one, side A was 15.05. And side B was 67.25. And angle B was 117.32. Okay? So this is two sides and an angle. So this is another one. That could be 0, 1, or 2. All right? So how about Andrew, what's my proportion?
Depends on what you're trying to get.
Well, there's only one thing I can get right now, which is what? Looking at what information you're given, there's only one thing I can find. Is it angle A, angle C, or side C?
I'm gonna throw my money on side.
And you would have lost all your money.
Broke again.
Okay? You need sides and angles that are opposite each other. So what's opposite that side?
Angle A.
Right, so that's what I'm looking for. So go ahead and give me the proportion, okay? I'll even start it for you. Sine of angle A over what? Okay,
Sine of 117 divided by 67.5.
thank you. All right, and when we do our cross multiplying and dividing, I'm gonna go 15.05 times the sine of 117.32, close it up, divided by that 67.25. That's my decimal. All right, then I'm gonna hit second sign, second answer. And we get 11.5. All right, I'm gonna find its supplement, because it could have two. So we'll go 180 minus that. If I add 168 and 117, 51.32, I get a number bigger than 180, don't I? So that means there's only the one triangle. Okay? So I'm gonna do 117.32 plus 11.5, and then subtract that from 180 to get 51.2. I should have put this in a different color. All right, so there's my angle C, and then my proportion for side C is what, Mason? Very similar to the other proportion we wrote. Come on. You can do this. Here's the proportion we had for the first one. They're very similar. I'm looking for this. Side C. What do I have to write? Well, 51.2 is the angle, so we have to take the sine of the angle. Don't take the sine of the side, you always take the sine of the angle. What's opposite that? Okay. Who's that? Okay. Not that difficult. If you've been paying attention and not sleeping and zoning out, right, Spermy? So when you do that, you get 58.97. How do we do so far, Cameron?
How do you get, how would you do it on a calculator with them?
The last proportion?
Yeah.
Okay. Again, we're cross multiplying. We go that times that and that times that, right?
Yeah.
So if I wrote it out, it would be 67.25 times the sine of 51.2 equals C times the sine of the 117.32. So I gotta have to divide by the sine of 117
On both sides.
on both sides to solve for C.
Yeah.
So that's what I put in my calculator. That should give you the 58.97. As long as you're in degree mode on your calculator. If you're in radian mode, you're gonna get different answers. Okay? All right, the last one was the golf type problem. Okay, the golfer drives a golf ball from the tee at point A to point B. All right, so I'm just gonna say there's A and there's B. And then the distance AC from the tee directly to the pin is 425 yards. So to finish my triangle, I just connected C and B. Angle A is 12 degrees. And angle C is 23. Find the distance AB. So we're looking for this. Any problems with the picture? Zach, what's my proportion for that?
425 over 140 plus sine 145.
Where'd that come from? 145.
But added and subtracted everything.
Right. So 12 plus 23 is 35. And 180 minus 35 gets you to 145. So you have to find that 145 first, so you can finish this up. Okay, what's the other side, Zach? What were the question mark, AB?
So it would be, it says C over 7.3.
Right, since it's opposite angle C, call it C, which is right, over the sine of 23. So that's how you set it up. And then again, just cross multiply and divide. And you should get 289.5. That's yards. Pretty good drive. Yes, Josh.
Does it matter if, what's on top, what's on below, when you're dividing? Like the sine of 145?
If you wrote sine of 145 over 425 and sine of 23 over C, if you wrote it that way, yeah, that's okay.
Okay.
Any other questions?
We don't have to find.
You don't have to find anything else for that one. Just that missing side there, that side that I was asking for, AB. You don't have to solve the whole triangle. All the other ones, you gotta solve the whole triangle. Anything else?
Nope.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.